Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello,
Yes,
FK.
hello.
Hello, Orca.
Yes. Hi, FK. Hi, Orca.
We are back with the annoying siblings to try and do.
The annoying siblings. That makes it sound like both of us are annoying instead of just you.
I hate to tell you this, kitten, but you're the most annoying at all. You've made it your trademark.
Never.
Case in point.
It's just in self-defense.
Aha.
Buried memories. Far afar would send someone to Orlar's echo.
Hello, Dargo.
Yes, hi, Drago. Welcome back to the world of work.
If it sounds like I'm kind of sleepy, it's because I kind of am. I literally slept all day today. So I think I'm definitely fighting something.
With a short break for lunch.
Yeah, I woke up, had lunch, took my meds, went back to sleep. Then Baron comes in the room. It's dinner time! And I'm like, I should get up, but the bed is warm and the room is cold.
And the world is wet.
Yes, and the world is very wet. I've noticed when the world is wet, I tend to drag. So, Farfarhar, what do you got for us?
What perfect timing. I was just about to make my way up the mountain, but now you are here. There is a small but vital task I would entrust to you.
Sir, what you got?
You see, we are currently in the process of restoring a larder that Dartorgor used to store not only foodstuffs, but apparently also ceremonial offerings used during the pact. We found many different food items when we uncovered its ruins, but as of yet we have no way of knowing which were for eating and which were used as offerings.
Need they be mutually exclusive? Generally, you want to offer the things that you eat. That's why they are offerings.
Yeah, though it might be you offer the things that they eat and be more ice sprites type stuff. There is a merchant in Warlar's Echo by the name of Kerburler, with whom Dartorgor often had dealings. I thought perhaps he might know if any of the wares she traded for were used in the ritual. I would send one of our own to seek him out, but every pair of hands is busy clearing out the remaining snow. I was just about to join them, in fact. Dartorgor's living sepulchre has yet to be found, after all. That leaves you to speak with the merchant on our behalf, a much less laborious task than the one that awaits me, I promise. Can you do this for us? Gladly.
I got 2 feet. I can use them.
And we're not shoveling snow. I like this.
Yeah, shoveling snow bad.
Thank you. Remember, the merchant's name is Kerburler. I hope his knowledge can aid us. And off they go.
Hello,
And
Doodles.
someone else has a quest here. Yes, hi Doodles.
Boko decided to go deliver packages.
Yeah, he does that.
That didn't work. Come on, Waffles! Stairs! You can do this! There you
Yeah, please
go.
stop putting us in the middle of the stonework.
See? You're already more in tune with the world and a capable mech than Omega, who can't handle stairs.
I would have conquered the world already if it weren't for these stairs.
Yes. And by the way, that Omega joke is lore accurate.
Yes. Dartorgor from the mountain. Ah, yes, I remember. We would trade on occasion. Though she never mentioned this pact you speak of. Thinking back, however, it does shine a new light on one particular aspect of our dealings. Have we heard this music before?
Yes,
Ever?
we have.
Okay. As I recall, she would usually ask for an assortment of dried meats and seasonings, the types of food that would last. Such items as would be difficult to come by in these snowy peaks. Nothing peculiar about that, to be sure, but the tinder she used was unusual. You see, she traded me corn and corn seeds, which she claimed to grow herself.
Corn? In these mountains?
The corn servant must have been busy. Quite the strange crop for such a frigid clime, right? Well, she said it was a singular type, bred over generations to withstand the freezing weather. Of course, I couldn't deny such an uncommon opportunity. But I took one bite of the corn and regretted my choice straight away. Ah!
Oh dear. Not for cooking, you say? Or not for street eating?
Still, I figured I could sell it as feed, or process it into something usable. So I accepted her produce whenever she visited. Nortorgor seemed to have a hard life up on the mountain, so I was happy to provide her with what she needed. One time I suggested that growing something else besides inedible corn might solve her food problems. What do you think she said to that? She said, my order took great care in cultivating it to match the tastes of our dear friends.
Aha!
Yep. Considering she lived alone, I wasn't quite sure what she meant, but she was so earnest in her answer, I decided not to press further. But now the pieces are falling into place. I gather this corn has something to do with your ritual. You know, I've been wanting to meet Farafar and her hands of Zergorta for some time. Allow me to accompany you up the mountain. Word of work being done at Zergorta has reached us here in Warlar's Echo, and I've wondered how I could contribute. Now's my chance to find out. Well then. Come on, Poco.
Back from delivering packages?
Yes. Snow blindness is really something. I can't see you at all.
Yeah, well... I'm apparently on the throne of contemplation, so... Well, we can use mounts in here now, so...
We can.
My random said I needed the throne of contemplation.
Okay, then. They are definitely busily shoveling away snow.
Farafar?
I admit, I was quite surprised when I sighted Kerberler emerge from the passage. Still, he is more than welcome, and I have let him know all about the challenges we face.
Tearless hand?
Is this a friend of yours?
Yeah, well, newly made friend.
Merchant acquaintance. There you are. Farafar here might be young, but she takes to leading naturally. I am impressed by how much progress everyone's made so far. Most of the others are resting now. Farafar had us cleaning snow all day long. I can barely lift my arms. A hard day's work deserves a hearty reward. Do you agree? I'll treat you to some of my most delicious wares when this is done. By the way, Farafar, do you have any insight as to what Dartorgor was referring to before? Those dear friends she and the others grew the corn for. She must have meant the snow spirits. The corn must have been a crucial part of the ritual. Given that it was grown and harvested among the snow, it makes sense that the spirits would have a taste for it. I suppose the larder housed a healthy stock of the crop. Even so, I fail to see how anyone, spirits or no, could eat that stuff. Perhaps the caretakers processed it somehow before making an offering. Without knowing their techniques, however, growing it now may not be the wisest path. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I've been meaning to mention the large stone we found buried under the snow. The carvings were quite distinct. Are you saying you found a sepulchre? Dartorgor's living sepulchre? If it is indeed the stone we've been searching for, then it should hold all the answers we need. The way forward is clear. We finish shoveling the rest of the snow. If only it were so simple. The snow around the stone is frozen solid. Maybe ice picks could help us free it. With tools like that, we risk damaging the stone, and thus losing forever the precious stories carved into it. As of now, We lack the means to remove it cleanly from the ice. I could go machinist. I have a flamethrower.
You have 2 flamethrowers handy, actually.
Could you return with me to the shelter? The tools we need require a deft hand to craft, and I cannot make them alone. Much appreciated. Then let our focus be on seeing the sepulchre safely rescued. In the meantime, the others should continue their work on the larder. Remember to give yourselves time to rest every once in a while. You're a fine one to speak.
Tireless hand.
We'll have to get the larder back in shape before you know it. Or we'll have the larder back in shape before you know it. You two do what you need to get that stone free from the snow. Since I'm already here, I may as well stay a while and help. Let's see if young Farafar has a place for me.
We shall
and
see.
Back up the ramp. Back up the ramp.
You know, looking at the Yok Huy's design, one, they're known for their stonework. Why aren't they known for their metalwork? I mean, look at what they're wearing.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, right.
Far. Yeah. I did the same thing. If my intuition is correct, Torgor's sepulchre will contain details on the offering. And while I would like it uncovered as quickly as possible, the task must be attended to with care. Which is why I would entrust no one else with crafting the tools we require. You are not ones to disappoint, after all. Brushes will help us clear away snow, so we can more easily see the hard ice underneath. Can I trust you to make them for us?
I require fluid that will help us maintain a constant temperature around the stone. I fear drastic fluctuations may cause it to crack and damage. Can I trust you to make it for us?
Or Furtar will keep you stocked with all the supplies you need. Good luck, although I know you need it not.
You were saying, Doodles!
Yes. Ice removal tools. Looks like standard quality, though. Professional pride and trained eye. One set of ice removal tools. Have you finished already? Good. May I have a look? Set of tools and materials required for the delicate removal of stubbornly frozen ice. As I said, you do not disappoint. These will certainly help us free the sepulchre from that stubborn ice. With work on the larder going well, our goal feels so close at hand. I want to rush headlong to the end, but I know haste will only set us back.
Cinny. Well then.
Yeah. Beautiful, is it not? Despite his age, Gerberler may have hauled more snow than the rest of us combined. Having a place to store our daily foodstuffs will certainly make our lives easier. Of course, we also intend to devote space to the cold-resistant corn after we can grow and harvest it. I hear the others have already found a plot for cornfields, so the larder may become crowded soon enough. I only hope we can figure out exactly how the plant fits into the ritual. I have missed you, Torgor. Although it may take time, I promise to read every single word you left us. I always enjoyed the wisdom and wit of your conversation, and now I have been blessed to speak with you again. Nothing could make me happier. Deciphering the story of Dartorgor and the spirits will take time, so please be patient. It seems I must consult the surrounding stonework to glean its whole meaning. The High Larder has been restored, giving the Yok Huy a place to store their food. Torgor's living sepulchre may hold the secrets to the pact, but there is yet work to be done until it is deciphered. Reputation up. Respected.
Oh,
Now,
two around here?
Exchange. First, wind up Yok Huy.
Oh, it's
Gazes out
adorable.
into eternity with eyes unblinking. And the Snowline Relic we had. Ah, right, Mason's Abrasive. I was expecting food after all of that.
Everlast Pedal, Trail Fix, Working Stew Hard.
Give me a minute here. Minion. And that's a different one. Okay. No. Yeah. Ah. There he is. With the cooperation of the Pelu Pelu, their business-minded neighbors, the Yok Huy produced a series of this mammoth as a souvenir for visitors to Zorgorta the Open-Armed. Boasting nimble movement ordinarily unseen on their stout physique, it is also proven popular among the Yok Huy themselves. With a quote from Alpha, "We shall soon come face to face, or rather, face to knee, with those enormous Yok Huy."
And to think, they've actually gotten smaller over time.
Yeah. So what were your 3?
Every last pebble, trail fix, working stew hard.
Worth their salt, tradition for trade, a few tools short of a toolbox.
Who first?
Go ahead.
Every last pebble.
Yerger would kill 2 birds with 1 stonemason. Think I've had that one. And maybe you read it so we don't have as much delay.
Okay. Thanks to everyone's efforts, stonemason's work is operating at full capacity. But masonry is far from neat, and debris piles up by the day. I was hoping you could help us solve this growing problem. If you are willing, please go to the workshop and speak with my worker there. She should have an idea of what we need to start cleaning up properly.
Yeah, I have had that one. A couple of times.
Trail fix. Viljarger has a vision for 0 accidents on the mountain.
Okay, yeah, I've done that one once.
Though some of the trail was repaired mere days ago, we fight a constant battle against the elements. Already, we have received reports of another section becoming dangerous to traverse. It is imperative we carry out additional repairs before anyone comes to harm. Could I ask you for your assistance in preparing the supplies required? I have asked our Harlor to ready the requested materials.
Nice, okay, so that's a variation on the text for "you've done this once already."
Working stew hard. Viljarger would see the workers take their scheduled breaks.
Good luck with that.
Late again. Oh, Theron. Some workers gathering materials in the Shades of Grief have yet to return for their break. I have impressed upon them the importance of regularly scheduled rest for overall productivity, and yet, as an added incentive, I have prepared a fresh batch of chiro, a warming stew much loved in these parts. I suspect a hot meal will make them forget their task for a few brief moments. Could I trouble you to visit the Shades of Grief and inform them that the chiro is ready?
Okay, worth their salt. For Yerger gazes upon the snowy peaks with concern. Our new stonework stands as proud as ever, but we must continue to salt the stones if we wish to preserve their integrity. If you've time to aid us again, we would be most grateful. Just saying I've done this before, but I don't remember this one offhand. Seek out our stonekeeper at the workshop. He will provide you all you need. Tradition for trade. For Yerger needs help meeting a spike in demand. More and more, The Pelu Pelu merchants have been requesting additional handicrafts in lieu of coin. Might you help our artisan keep up with demand? You can find him in Warlord's Echo. And please hurry. I would rather not have our helpers collapse from overexertion. A few tools short of a toolbox. Yarger is facing a dire tool shortage. Ah, Raylia, just the woman I wanted to see. We have a shortage of tools at Mason's work, and I was hoping you could help shore up our supplies. This is rather an urgent task, as I would rather not have everyone idle for too long. Go speak with the supervisor at Mason's work to find out exactly what we need.
Well, I'm off.
Yep.
I have a Flappy Bird.
Ooh. Let's see, this one is Tradition for Trade. Flustered Artisan. Verjarger sent you. Good, good. Truth be told, I'm not certain how far behind I am. All the more reason to get started right away, eh? Most popular as of late are accessories adorned with traditional Yok Huy patterns. If you could craft me some using these materials, that should keep the Pelu Pelu merchants happy for a while. And if you need more, just take them from this crate. Yok Huy Handicrafts.
Exhausted worker. Oh, my back. Still, I must
no.
press on.
Uh-oh.
Yo, the Cheerio is ready. Take a break.
Did you say churros?
Cheerio.
Yeah, I know.
What? I nearly jumped out of my skin. Apologies. I did not notice your approach. Did I hear you mention Cheerio? Why, it is long past time for my break. I shall feel all the more rested after a hot meal. With no Polly providing us with so many different ingredients and spices as of late, people have been experimenting with new chiro recipes. I wonder what's stewing today.
Well, admittedly, with today's weather here, something warm does sound enticing. Finished
Yeah.
already? Let's see what you have, then. One Yok Huy handicraft, high quality.
Doodles. Dude, have a margarita and some ibuprofen.
These will trade well. Much appreciated. This takes a huge weight off my back. All that's left is to pack this up along with what I've made and deliver them to the Pelu Pelu. I hope we can depend on your help when they come to trade again.
Industrious worker. Must get more stone.
Oh dear.
Yo, Cheerio is ready. Did someone say Cheerio? My favorite. We Yok Huy can't get enough of the stuff. If you cut me open, I dare say I'd bleed Cheerio. I must return while the pot is warm. My thanks, friend. Uvoy Chirio. Okay, FK, last time we were talking about horses. This is the horse out of Heaven on High I was talking about. He is magnificent in all his ink painting glory.
Masonry supervisor.
Oh, I guess it was
You're the
2. I
one.
thought it was 3.
You're the one helping us with the new tools. I'm glad to have you. We didn't expect so many eager hands to join us, and now we have to make them productive. So let's get right to it. We need measuring tools, and lots of them. Luckily, there should be more than enough materials in this crate. Always with the crate.
Always with the crate. Yes, he can be earned, but it is rather difficult to do because it is 3 times onto Heaven on High.
I will say, once we got to that point, we did it 3 times in a row. It was just getting the first time took.
Yeah.
How many years?
A few. The entire process, because it's a hidden quest to get him, is you have to do Heaven on High enough to get 3 of the accessories. It's either 3 or 4. Necklace, bracelet, earrings, ring. Yeah, you have to have 4. Sorry, it's 4 times. And have those on when you talk to this one guy who will look at you and go, "Oh my god, you've got the legendary accessories. Here, have a horse."
Yeah.
Yeah, the other horse that is still available, but is very tricky to get. Well, it's sort of a horse. But it is one we forgot to talk about last time. And that's Ixion.
Yes. I remembered him. It's just the buns don't have them.
No. And unless the buns get exceedingly lucky, they probably never will.
Nope.
Because it requires successfully doing the Ixion fate like 4 times. And that fate is a rare world boss. But yeah, this is Ixion.
But generally, other than, basically anything that you can get out in the world as a mount will always be available out in the world. There's a few exceptions, but they're rarer. The most of it will be the holiday stuff, like the snowman.
Yes, the snowman. Otherwise, the other ponies you can get, there are 7 of these guys, which come from rare drops from the different EXs in AAR.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about last night. So, like the extreme version of like Garuda and such.
There are 2 different unicorns. One you can get if you level Conjurer, and then this exceedingly rare one that drops from the EXs in AAR. But it drops from all the EXs in AAR.
Yeah. The way it works is there's 6 of them? 6 EXs?
7.
7. Okay. And each one has its own mount that is themed for, that boss. And it drops, I don't know what, once every 5 times maybe?
I think it's 1 in 7.
Okay.
And then this is 1 in 12.
Yeah, and then the nightmare will occasionally drop in any of them. It's, less likely to drop, but it will drop on any of them, as opposed to you have to go to this one to get the one for Titan and this one to get the one for Garuda, etc.
And then there are
The way I got my nightmare.
2 different Pegasi. There's the standard one, which is originally was through the diadem until they changed the diadem around. Now he has gotten through the Ishgard restoration as a seal purchase.
Hmm.
And then there's his counterpart, the Black Pegasus, which comes as an exceedingly rare drop from Palace of the Dead. Now, this particular whistle is tradable, so you can occasionally find him on the market board, and he goes for ka-ching gil. We've gotten, 4 of these?
I couldn't.
Because we got one for each of us. Yes, it is bunk time. Bunk. We got one for each of us, including Tay, and then we got a 4th, which we gave to the guild chest. And I think Suki ended up getting that one.
Okay.
But yeah, this one is exceedingly rare, but not the rarest mount in the game. Far from it. Let's see. Other horse mounts.
You got her talking about horses. This will go all night.
Yeah, sorry. Especially my mount collection, because I've been on this character for so long, I've gotten a lot of the mounts. Including some pretty rare ones. Yes.
Talking horses.
There's Ixion. Do not confuse him with Beardless Ramu, who technically is a horse mount.
Yes. Yes, Ramu. Half man, half beard, and another half beard
for good measure. Oh, God. This one just cracks me up, but he is a butt to deal with in his trial.
Yes.
I suppose I should go back to crafting
Yes,
class.
you should.
I know, it's rare I get to show off my mounts. I've got so many of them.
Finished yet? I hope so. Our workers are getting restless without a task to keep them busy. I made tools while you were busy.
Sorry.
These will do. These will do splendidly. I'll pass these around straight away. Okay.
Volyargar has appraised me of the situation. Here, let me give you the materials you'll need. When repairing the trail, we need to ensure that everything is securely joined and fastened with reliable adhesive. It would be much appreciated if you could assist in its production. Feel free to let me know if you require additional materials. Once the supplies are completed, please take them directly to Volyargar. I am sure he and the workers will put it to good use. Yeah, they are really bad about he's and she's with the Yok Huy.
Here to assist. Yes, much obliged. I was about to start the salting, so why don't we split the work again? I'll leave warmth to you as before. You needn't worry about the other areas. I'll cover them as usual. Once you've applied your share, you're free to report back to Varjarger. Okay.
Now, there are some mounts we can't get or won't get. Oh yes, the Chocobo carriage. This is awesome. And those are all tied to PvP because we don't do PvP.
Yeah.
Some are season rewards, some, like the Barded Horses, are just general rewards for doing certain maps on a regular basis. Things of that nature. Varjarger said he was sending someone. I assume that's you? We need to deal with the debris before it gets way out of our work. Mind you, I don't mean to simply dispose of it. The fragments can be crushed into gravel for laying pathways or used for building foundations. We can also mix it with limestone to make materials we use for repairs. To that end, I would ask that you mix these leftover stone fragments with limestone to make repair materials. If you run out, there's always more in that crate over there.
Okay, so it's over there. Yeah, the larder is quite large.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Do have to wonder about all those crystals.
Yeah, I'm old enough and have been gaming long enough to have a pretty good grasp of what I like and what I don't like in a game. And while I can do PvP, it's just not my thing. I find it much more entertaining to do other things. So that's what I do. Finished? Wasn't too difficult, I hope. Nope, here's your salvage stone supplies. Good, exactly as I ordered. A pile of debris is a touch smaller, and we have supplies to keep building. Effective use of resources, if you ask me. I'll take these over to the other workers right away. Tell Varjarger I appreciate him sending such capable help.
Hey,
Hello,
Cat
Dude! It's good to see you here.
And while you're headed in, I'll start turning in mine. Worth their salt. Yeah, and I can see a second set already. All finished with the salting, then. Very good. Fresh snow will be upon us again soon, I imagine. But when that time comes, I hope you'll be open to offering your assistance. Tradition for sale. When our artisans craft a thing, they draw upon our long history and generations of wisdom passed down from our forebears. I knew you would do honor to our deep-rooted traditions. Interest in our craft seems to grow by the day, so I expect the merchants will be back, and when they arrive, I hope you'll lend us your skills once more. And finally, Few tools short of a toolbox. With the right tools in the right hands, everything seems to be back on schedule. What you made us today will be put through its paces, you can be sure. If we need more, and I have a feeling we will, I hope we can count on you again. Okay.
My turn! Woohoo! We got our work cut out for us. Every last pebble. I suppose you were surprised we reused the debris. Well, masonry is about more than simply breaking down stone, you know. One must learn to use every last pebble. Of course, not being a stonemason myself, I learned that wisdom from our expert. Without people like her, I'd wager we would be freezing in the snow. Thank you for your help today. Have you brought supplies to help fix the trail? Yep, right here. Set of supplies used to repair the mountain trail to Zigarth, the Open-Armed. Thank you. Rest assured that our work on the repair shall be held to the same high standard as yours. Accidents can go unnoticed for too long in snowy mountain terrain. In many cases, the injured are beyond saving by the time they are found. All the more reason to prevent such situations from arising in the first place. And while those travel the path are ultimately responsible for their own safety, we must do all that we can to reduce the risk they face. My thanks for passing along the message. Both workers returned safe and sound and are presently enjoying a well-earned repast. The restoration is arduous work, to be sure, and they won't to overexert themselves. Though my chariot started as a simple way to encourage more regular breaks, I must say it has turned into quite the culinary adventure. Okay, there it goes. One of my bars disconnected itself.
Uh-oh.
Of late, I have been experimenting with different meats and spices to create most of the rejuvenating meal as possible. Several have poured quite a hit with the workers. At this rate, I'll be opening my own eatery. Even so, I suspect our workers may continue to neglect their breaks without someone to remind them. I hope I may count on your help in rounding them up again. So, we going for a round two?
I suppose, from what I have seen, they do not match yet again.
I want to trade my icicle.
Yeah.
Larder logistics. Weight of generosity.
Yeah, they sound new, but, yeah, they don't match.
Who first?
Go for it.
I want to trade my icicle. Volgar is looking for a fleet-footed volunteer.
Icicle.
Thank you! Theron, you may be just the volunteer I was looking for. The restoration effort requires a modest sum of coin, you see, and after considering our situation, a merchant friend was adamant he could find a demand for ice formed from the mountain spring water. The arrangement has us carrying the ice down the slope to our peddler acquaintance, who then sells it in the city. Every step of the journey must be swift, however, lest the precious cargo begin to melt, and our plodding gait is simply too slow. Would you mind making the delivery in our stead? Make your way back to the High of Lauder, and our ice harvester will break off the largest piece for you to carry. Larder Logistics. Voyager has a larder logistics on his mind.
That's because he's a professional.
There are more restoration work than ever now living atop of the mountain, and we've been carting up food and other supplies to provide for their needs. However, we have a tendency of overestimating our helpers' appetites. I believe the plan is to have easily constructed shelving on hand that we might compensate for the occasional logistic oversights. I ask that you speak with the larder master for the particulars. And weight of generosity. Voyager seeks a pair of burly biceps to do his bidding. Good timing, Theron. With the brawniest of my kin otherwise occupied with construction, I would prevail upon your strength. 'Cause I'm strong! Some time ago, I sent a courier to fetch the culinary surprise for the larder, but I suspect he may be too heavily encumbered. If you could seek him out in Warlord's Echo, we would be most grateful for your helping hand.
Okay.
Your turn!
Snack in hand. Voyager seeks to secure a sufficient snack supply. I see you're just gonna bear it for a while.
It seems the appropriate mount for this mountain region.
Given the arduous nature of performing physical labor so high up in the mountains, we are lucky to have someone in Warlord's Echo who puts great thought into making provisions for our workers. She has requested the aid of a skilled artisan in her latest enterprise. Might I ask you to pay her a visit? She should be able to give you more details in person. She can usually be found in the southwestern section of Warlord's Echo. Seasoned Stories. Voyager has a task for you. A task for you that he cannot delegate. Salt is vital to our operations, both to grit icy paths and to preserve food, and it is high time that we replenished our stocks. Unfortunately, we have encountered a minor issue. Our Sherwager supplier has requested you by name. Would you be willing to complete the trade in our stead? Sure? My thanks. You should find him to the northwest of Warlord's Echo. All you need to do is hand over this talisman in exchange for the salt. And stay on your guard. Uh-oh. Larder for the long term. Voyager is concerned about storage conditions in the larder. There is little fear that food will rot in the chilly mountain air, but keeping provisions unspoiled for the long term calls for even colder temperatures. This is why we store things in a proper larder. Oh, I suppose that's all ice crystals then. Or ice aether crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Storage methods also vary by foodstuff, with some needing to be kept in boxes or sacks, often with a regularly replenished stock of drying agents. As our food supply grows, however, we find ourselves running short of these storage necessities. Should you happen to be bereft of a meaningful task, I'm certain Zarhorker would welcome your crafting expertise on the mountaintop. Okay then. We have our flying orders.
That thing's always hilarious.
Yes, yes it is!
It still
This
caps
is
my
one you cannot
knees.
generally get. Yeah, this was from a crossover event, so you can't generally get it, but I'm trying to remember, have they done it twice?
3 times. They've done that crossover event 3 times. And they
And
might
they'll
do
probably
it
do it
again.
Inventive gastronomist. You must be the artisan, for Yarger is quick. I only sent word for help a short while ago. I've been wanting to make some bite-sized provisions that won't easily spoil. Then, just the other day, I heard something quite interesting from a Pelu trader. Apparently, the Tonawata of Zaktural mix dried meat and fruit with animal fat, then molded into solid chunks. The traditional dish sounds perfect for our weary workers, so I thought I'd best make a big batch for everyone. I have the ingredients, but if I want to make large quantities efficiently, I'm going to need some specialized equipment, and that's where you come in. I'm in need of presses to quickly and efficiently crush the ingredients. If you run out of materials, you can find more in that crate. Once you're finished, I'll be glad to take them off your hands. The sooner I start work on this batch, the sooner the workers in the mountains can fill their bellies. And over to you for the moment. Tanawatan
Are
cookware.
you here to help me? Oh, thank the ancestors. I was so giddy about the restoration of the larder, I went around telling everyone I could find, and they showered me in foodstuffs to bring back. Not to be ungrateful, but I can only carry about 10 of these heavy stone boxes. I'll need to walk slowly lest I drop the whole stack down the mountain. Think you can deliver one to Garhorlor over in shelter? Your muscles may not thank you, but everyone else surely will. This is how I carry a stone box.
Yeah, wow. Is this one of those timed things?
Yes. And I have it heaved up over my head with my arms at full extent.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a stone box.
Yes.
That's the hilarious part. I am strong.
Yeah, 2-minute timer, and you're now at about 50.
Hey, Garhorlor! Want to take this off my hand?
Please.
This must be the delivery I requested. Much obliged. Let's see here. Corn, beans, potatoes, and spices, too. Why, the box is stuffed to bursting. These are all pantry staples, ingredients commonly used in our most beloved Yok Huy soups. A generous offering indeed. Right then, that will be all I require of you. Speak to Voyargar for your reward. Nope, I'm going to do more work first.
Is it ready? 1 Tonawatan cookware. This is perfect. I knew it would be worth requesting an expert artisan. The quality speaks for itself. Right, I'd best get to work. You can tell Vuyarger that I'll bring the preserved meat to him as soon as it's ready. Okay, and now to go on to my next stop.
Doodles, I think the world is actually better off without styrofoam. I know that sounds mean. It is lightweight, it is easy to ship, it does protect, but oh, the environmental damage. You're the artisan who's to help with our shelving problem? It is assuring indeed to have Harfer's trusted friend lend us his skills. The idea is to avoid messy piles of provisions underfoot, so I would want to make the most of the available space. Shelving I have in mind will need an adhesive that binds both wood and stone with equal facility. The crate here should hold more than enough materials to make up several pots worth. With that, I shall let you get to work. Give me a shout when you have the components ready.
And of course, the person that I'm getting the salt from and delivering the payment for is one of the traditionalist tribes. That's why I need to be careful. It is you. Good. I waited. We trade salt for talisman. Yep. Chirwager payment. Stone found at high altitudes inscribed with glyphs. The Chirwager seem to consider it a protective talisman. Talisman will be buried in Sultan. Even greater divine blessing. Do you remember me? I was with Vorporlor, traded crystal with Nopely. Now we meet again. Well, you've been getting around. You go to Snow Mountain with Yok Huy. Why? You are strange. Always involve self. Always interesting stories. My kin will not meet outsiders, but you are interesting. To you I will trade the divine blessing. Here, salt. Let us trade again. The divine blessing for your stories.
Well, I think that's a good trade, actually.
You sound right friendly.
For one of them, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I recommend very highly to covet that friendship and never do anything to break it.
Yep.
Because otherwise you'll be in a world of hurt.
And without salt.
Yes. Were you able to make what we needed? Yes, I have two of them right here. Shelving components. A set of components used in construction of easily assembled surplus shelving for the high larder.
So you invented IKEA?
Yes. Yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Now I'll have shelving I can quickly put together whenever we bring in an overabundance of supplies. Please let Vuyarger know that the problem has been solved. And Yok Huy Ice Harvester. Another icicle for market? You might need a lighter one than usual. Here you go. A freshly harvested chunk of ice made from the mountain spring water. Hurry down the slope to Solus, and you should find our peddler friend waiting by the road to Kazuma Uka. Off I go to...
So Herker? Here to help with the larder, are you? Perfect. I have all the crafting materials required for shoring up our dwindling storage supplies. Speaking of which, my task for you today is to fashion some sturdy leather sacks. Please do not hesitate to ask should you need anything else to get the job done. Once you have the new storage supplies in hand, pray head across the way and deliver them to the larder master. Storage supplies. Set of supplies for storing long-term foodstuffs and the high larder.
Perishables Peddler. Ah, you've brought the Yok Huy ice crystals down from the mountain, have you? Spring Water Icicle. An icicle of frozen spring water harvested freshly from the high larder. Yes, yes, this is exquisite! So clear, so beautiful. But as much as I'd like to stand here yapping about the various and lucrative applications of frozen mountain spring water in the culinary field, I really must trot over to Tuliolal right away. Thank you for the fleet-footed delivery. Please let Voyarger know that I'll bring his share of the profits upon my return.
Okay, and the larder master. Please tell me you've come with solutions to our storage woes. Storage supplies. Yes, these will be of considerable help. The thought of our foodstuffs languishing in an ill-prepared larder was an almost physical pain. Should we have need of more storage supplies, I hope we can turn to you again. My thanks to you and to Voyarger for sending you my way. No problem. RTB.
Voyarger. I want to trade my icicle. Thank you for seeing the icicle safely into the peddler's hands. I imagine our patrons in Tuliolal will be grateful for this news shipment as well. Ordinarily, ice can be created through magics, of course, but when it comes to creating frozen dishes, I am given to understand that the gentle flavor of our natural spring water is highly coveted. In any case, we are fortunate to have this arrangement in place. I can only hope that the ice remains popular until we have completed work on the restorations. Thank you for helping with our inventory conundrum. It was a simple enough matter, perhaps, but the high larder will only become more important as the days go by. We must consider the most suitable means to store goods not only in large quantities, but also in ever-glowing varieties. Foodstuff, potables, sundry supplies, all must be kept in a manner which leaves them unspoiled and undamaged. And last one. Enjoying some light exercise, did you? Rest those weary arms for as long as you like, but first accept your reward with my thanks. Your turn. Oh, and Rift, get your fluffy butt back here.
Work? Snack in hand. My thanks for your kind assistance. I have no doubt that the preserved meat will prove popular. To have a nutritious snack that can be carried up the mountain is extremely convenient. I hear it can even be dissolved in hot water to whip up a warming stew. And our friend is ever thinking of ways to refine her recipes, so I expect her cooking will only improve. Suffice to say, both she and her creations are popular amongst the workers. I hope I can call upon you again should she need any additional assistance. And seasoned stories. Ah, you are returned. Did the trade go as planned? Yes, actually. Chiragor salt. High quality salt from Chiragor Saltern. My thanks. Chiragor salt is the finest around, but they bear us a great deal of hostility. Negotiations are often a fraught affair. Though it seems they have placed their trust in you, I hope I can count on your diplomatic dealings should they request your presence again. I'll have more stories. Like the time that I got booted offline in the middle of a dungeon run.
Oh, we've had a couple of those.
I'm specifically thinking of the Pilgrim's Traverse.
Yeah, that was just cruel.
Living on an icy mountainside means relying on food shipments from below. But the climb is such that we must plan for infrequent resupplies. Should we allow our larder's wares to spoil, our bellies would be in for a difficult spell. That is why the larder master and his helpers are so serious about foodstuff storage. It seems he was well pleased with your contributions, however, so I hope you consider lending us your crafting skills again should the need arise. Okay. And that's improving society somewhat too.
Yep.
And we have like 12 minutes. I'm kind of thinking, do we still need fates in this zone?
Yes, we do.
Maybe just doing a bit of fate hunting here.
Okay.
Just to round things out, and it is something that we're trying to get done. But that is still 360 out of 990 there. So like another 4 days, I think, to get to the end of Respected. And I think we've done 2 days worth with the Mumulja as Sworn. Should be about 8 days for that.
Let's see if I remember how to play, Viper. It's been a while.
You're gonna fight their windows? He hit me. He didn't, I dodged. doing a fair amount of dodging.
Poco!
It's very important he get that one last peck in.
Apparently.
Pacha. So we are at 12 of 40.
Oh, speaking of the Chihuahua.
Yeah. Urkapacha belongs to Chirwager.
Hey, puny
Oh, the
outsider.
power of Thrall's true rulers.
Yeah.
That's enough out of them.
And I believe this one has a follow-up.
Yes, it does. Only if you win, of course. Yes, a cadre of Chirwager has stationed themselves outside the Saltern, harassing any who approach. They can be convinced to retreat by way of force, provided someone rises to the challenge. I lost a puny outsider. Yes, you did. Defeated? No, tactical retreat. Yeah, you tell yourself that. And he should do it.
And there's the big guy.
Yeah. And that's the type of armor that the guy I was dealing with was in.
Yeah.
Brethren, you disgrace yourselves. Valiant duel. Hearing the anguished cries of his brethren, Berjurzer the Valiant has stepped forth to avenge them. Prove your mettle and bring this lauded warrior of the Chirwager to his knees. Have a damage up. Actually, damage up.
Nice kick, Poco.
I don't think there's a third one.
Nope, just those two. Help! I'm burning with goodness!
Keep that away from me. That looks more like ceruleum. Clause and effect. Though it remains unclear how so many big claws scuttled into such a small reservoir, one thing is certain. They cannot be suffered to disrupt the natural ecosystem. Big Claw! Victory or death!
You just love saying that.
Yes! Yes, I do! What's your point? I mean, if they're gonna hand me that line.
Yeah, but no one remembers where it's from.
We remember. We need to do more remembering. We need to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's about time for our annual rewatching. Giant Robo, the animation!
Which is really, really good. And definitely throws one heck of a twist on you right at the end.
One of the best twisting things ever.
Yeah.
And there goes the burbs.
And yep.
Shall we head back to FFXIV? I'm probably butchering that name. After all, it's almost log out time.
Yeah. But we got a few more fates in. And me a little more experience.
I think we can hit one more on our way back. If you want.
That sounds good. Yeah, we're now at 15 of 40. So yeah, certainly if there's anything on the way out, certainly stop by for Ed. Rat-tails so ravenous. Driven to desperation by hunger pangs, a clan of rat-tails has begun to encroach upon Wachumtello. Stab them off before they discover a taste for alpacas, or worse. Yeah, like a taste for you, wow. Oh, good. Challenge log entry up for Challenge 2 is almost complete, so that's also worthwhile. Okay, that's the challenge log. Okay, and I got that for getting Bosom Buddies 2 done. I probably won't get that, but I was thinking it was the Fate one. But nope.
Aw.
I think I already got that this week.
Yeah, that brings us to 16 of 40.
Yeah. So 24 to go in this zone.
Yeah.
Much more than that in most of the zones. We've only maxed out on one of them.
Sorry, I was a bit squishy. This class is a bit squishy.
That you realize I touched you up a couple of times, but mostly it was just the chocobos.
Because they're good burbs.
A pair of choco regens and the occasional choco heal will keep most people going. And they're very, very good burbs.
They are good burbs.
Yes, the poly of TA. That's what you're trying for.
Yeah, I can't... I feel bad.
Certainly, I'm not going to remember it without looking at it, and who knows if I'm pronouncing it anywhere near correctly.
Yeah, we're bad about that. We apologize.
Yes.
It's not like we're doing it on purpose. We're just really bad. With that said, it is time and past time to call it a night. We will be back on Wednesday for more round 3 in the Arcadion! Ding!
Yes.
As we get our weekly tokens. Until then...
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Everyone have a great night. Hope to see you here on Wednesday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Yep. Until then, you all be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you here tomorrow. Or Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes. Wednesday.
Good night.